So there's not a lot going on. We're waiting for Madam Web to come along. So of course, rumors going all way around. There's certain groups of people, certain insiders who like to come and sort of stir the pot up with rumors. And you know what? Far be it from me. I'm not too proud to make that part of our content. So we're gonna jump into a few. In particular, we're gonna talk about Daredevil. Now, Corey, I know, Echo was like one of your favorite TV shows of all time, and you're just, especially because you saw something very important, and that was Daredevil showed up, and we also
Hmm.
talked about last week how, hey, Daredevil and Wilson Fisk and all of the Marvel Netflix shows are officially canon, even though Feige hadn't said that, but officially canon, right? So that leads to the question of who all is coming back, who's crossing over into the proper MCU. So we got rumor that something that everyone that likes Daredevil wanted to hear, which is
Hmm.
that we're getting Foggy and Karen back. We're getting the good Karen, not
Mm.
the bad Karen, but the good Karen. We're getting uh, that's so we're gonna see I forget the guy's name, Eldon. I forget his last
Eldon
name.
Henson.
Eldon Henson, and of course Deborah Ann Wall, who, my God, I've had just like a thing, but also just been a fan of hers since back in the day on True Blood, and she was great in Daredevil. So,
Hmm.
Corey, I know that's your jam, so you got to be geeked out about this.
Dude, I am so geeked out about this. This is great news. This is absolutely great news. Now that we know Netflix Daredevil is canon, you can't continue with the Daredevil show and tell the best Daredevil story without Karen and Foggy. They are the most important characters in Matt Murdock's life in the show and in the comics. I mean, so the fact that we're getting them back, I'm really excited about that because Karen and Matt, or Daredevil, even though they eventually have a relationship, which they show that in the show, he eventually discloses to her that he is Daredevil, and Foggy is Matt's best friend. So it's essential that you have both of them, and I'm so glad we're getting the exact same people back for this Netflix series. I'm super stoked, man. What about you?
Yeah. I was floored that they were not going to do it in the first place, and apparently this is, I think Vincent D'Onofrio was even saying something to the effect that this is a result
Hmm.
of the not the reshuffling, but the re-evaluation of the product, scrapping of what they had gone, they had done before, changing of the guard, of who's making this thing.
Hmm.
And so, because a lot of us, when we heard that they weren't going to be in it, we are like, why the fuck not? Like, it was
I know.
like that made zero sense to me, so I know I wasn't the only one. So this only makes the most sense in the world. I'm glad that they're doing that. I'm glad that cooler heads prevailed, and they're gonna like make this right,
Hmm.
because it is ridiculous that they even acted like they were gonna make a Daredevil show. Well, how are they gonna explain that? Is my question.
I
Like,
know.
are they
How
just
can
on
you do that?
vacation? They're on vacation or something like that. Come on. All right.
Well,
Sure.
i- in the Born Again comics, though, Karen does like take up acting and becomes a heroin addict and eventually goes into porn in Mexico. So they could have spun that
Nice.
that she's in Mexico somewhere, but I don't think they're going to go that far. Even though it may be an MM rating, I don't think they're going to go that far.
I mean, I hope not. Do we need that? But it is a
Nah, we
more
don't.
mature rating, so we'll see. But and also apparently they're probably going to be recasting Elektra too. So there's actually a lot of questions about recasts and everything. Everyone's wondering. So I think we're going to keep our ear to the ground, and hopefully we'll get some pretty cool announcements soon. Because Daredevil is
Mhm.
it's around the corner. It's coming. It's coming out next year, but they're going to get onto it later this year. So we'll let you guys know.